Greetings, future high schoolers. You are standing on the edge of a brand new adventure, high school. This new world is filled with new people, new subjects, and new opportunities. It's completely normal to feel a mix of emotions right now. Starting high school is a huge milestone, a time of incredible growth. You'll meet people from different backgrounds with different interests. It's often a much bigger place with more freedom. With that freedom comes more responsibility. This is your chance to reinvent yourself, to explore new passions, and to start thinking about your future. High school is a laboratory for your life. So, you might be asking, what are we going to do in this guide? Consider this video your personal instruction manual for high school. We'll start by looking at the big changes between primary school and high school, like changing classes and having different teachers. Next, we'll dive into the academic side of things and share strategies for studying smarter. High school isn't just about books and grades. A huge part of the experience is your social life. We will explore the exciting world of clubs and extracurricular activities. Finally, we'll talk about you and your well-being. We'll discuss how to manage stress and anxiety in healthy ways. By the end of this guide, you'll have a complete checklist to make sure you're ready for your first day and beyond. Let's zoom in on one of the biggest changes, the structure of your school day. In high school, each subject will have its own dedicated classroom. When the bell rings, it's a signal to move to the next learning lab. This new system is built around a schedule, your personal map for the school day. In high school, you'll have a wider variety of subjects to choose from, including electives based on your interests. The key to mastering this new system is preparation. Before your first day, get a copy of your schedule and a map of the school. If you can, visit the school and walk your schedule to build a mental map. And now, let's talk about the people at the front of your new classrooms, your teachers. This is another major upgrade from your primary school experience. Instead of having one or maybe two teachers who guide you through everything, you're going to have a whole team of them. You'll have a different teacher for biology, another for world history, another for geometry, and so on. Each teacher is a specialist, an expert in their field. They have dedicated their lives to understanding their specific subject. This is an incredible resource for you. You are getting access to a crew of experts who are passionate about what they teach. That passion can be contagious. Think of your teachers as your academic crew, your mission specialists. Your math teacher is an expert in the language of numbers and logic. Your literature teacher is a guide to the vast universe of stories and ideas. Your science teacher is your window into the fundamental laws that govern reality. Each one brings a unique perspective and a deep well of knowledge. This is a huge advantage. If you have a really specific question about photosynthesis, your biology teacher is the perfect person to ask. If you're curious about the Roman Empire, your history teacher will have the answers. It's like having a direct line to a specialist for every subject you study. Because you'll have so many different teachers, it's important to understand that each one might have a different teaching style. Some teachers might love group projects and hands-on experiments. Others might prefer lectures and detailed discussions. Some might use a lot of technology, while others might rely on the classic textbook and whiteboard. Part of your job as a high school student is to be adaptable. You'll learn to work with different personalities and expectations. This is an amazing skill. It's like a scientist learning to use different instruments in the lab. Each one requires a slightly different technique to get the best results. So, how can you build a great relationship with your new academic crew? It's simple. Communicate. Don't be afraid to introduce yourself after class. Ask questions when you don't understand something. If you're struggling, let them know sooner rather than later. Your teachers are there to help you succeed. They want to see you learn and grow. Showing that you're engaged and trying your best is the best way to get on their good side. Remember, they are a vital part of your support system. A positive connection with your teachers can make a world of difference in your understanding and enjoyment of a subject. High school brings increased freedom and independence. You get to choose classes and manage your time. You're treated more like a young adult. With great freedom comes great responsibility. The more independence you have, the more you're expected to manage yourself. Keep track of deadlines. This requires organization and self-discipline. Chart your own course. To navigate, you need a good guidance system. Managing assignments is the most important part of managing your new responsibility. You will make mistakes. Those are learning opportunities. Mastering this freedom helps you grow into a capable, confident person. Let's talk about homework. In high school, the volume and complexity of homework will likely increase. You'll have assignments from multiple teachers every night. But I want you to think about homework differently. Homework isn't a punishment. It's practice. It's your chance to test your understanding of what you learned in class that day. It's the work you do between the big performances that makes you a star player. So how do we approach this nightly practice effectively? First, you need a plan. When you get home, take 5 minutes to look at all your assignments and prioritize them. Ask yourself, what is this assignment trying to teach me? Finally, remember that it's okay to not know everything. Homework is where you discover what you don't understand. If you get stuck, circle it and write down a question about it. Then, ask for help the next day. Now that we've got our approach to homework, let's talk about where you do it. Your study environment is incredibly important. Think of it as your personal laboratory. A real science lab is designed to be clean, organized, and free from contamination so that experiments can be successful. Your study space needs the same kind of attention. To do your best thinking, you need a space that is dedicated to learning. This doesn't have to be a fancy office. It can be a corner of your bedroom, a spot at the kitchen table, or even a specific chair in the living room. The key is consistency. What makes a good study lab? First, let's minimize distractions. This is perhaps the biggest experiment you'll face. Our world is full of things competing for our attention, especially our phones. When it's time to study, put your phone in another room or turn it completely off. The constant pings and notifications from social media and text messages are scientifically proven to break your concentration. It takes your brain a surprisingly long time to get back into a state of deep focus after an interruption. So, for the 45 or 60 minutes you plan to study, create a no-phone zone. Preserve your precious brain power for the task at hand. Next, make sure you have all the materials you need before you begin. Gather your textbooks, notebooks, pens, calculator, and anything else your assignment requires. There is nothing more distracting than getting into a good workflow, only to realize you need to hunt down a protractor or your history textbook. Having everything within arm's reach allows you to stay in the zone. Keep your space well lit and comfortable. A good chair and proper lighting can reduce physical strain, allowing you to focus for longer periods without feeling tired or sore. Your physical comfort is directly linked to your mental performance. Finally, consider sound. Some people need absolute silence to concentrate. For them, earplugs or noise-cancelling headphones might be a great tool. Other people find that a little bit of background noise helps them focus. This could be instrumental music, white noise, or the quiet hum of a fan. Experiment to find what works for you. The goal is to create a signal for your brain. When you sit in your study lab and turn on your specific study music, your brain will learn that it's time to focus. You are conditioning your mind for academic success, and that is some excellent applied psychology. Our high school introduces a lot of new variables into your daily life. Classes, homework, sports, chores, and friends. The solution is time management. It's about being intentional with your time so that you can get your work done and still have plenty of time for fun. The most essential tool for time management is a planner or calendar. The first step is to block out your non-negotiables, then schedule study sessions, homework time, and downtime. Let's talk about the Pomodoro technique. You work with intense focus for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. After 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break. The final piece is learning to say no. Your time and energy are finite resources. Protecting your time for academics and rest is not selfish. Let's tackle tests and exams. For many, tests can be a major source of stress, but reframe how you see them. A test is not a judgment, it's an experiment to see what you've learned. Preparation is key, and good preparation doesn't start the night before. Start at least a week in advance, breaking material into smaller topics. Spend 30 to 45 minutes each day reviewing. Active studying means engaging with the material, not just rereading. Create flashcards or practice tests. On test day, get sleep, eat breakfast, and take a deep breath. You've prepared for this. Trust in your experiment. As greetings, let's move out of the classroom and into the hallways, the cafeteria, and the schoolyard. High school is a much bigger place, which means you're going to meet a lot of new people. It's normal to feel nervous. You are surrounded by potential friends, the person next to you in biology class, the student in the lunch line, the one with the locker next to yours. Be open, make eye contact, offer a small smile, and be approachable. If you're looking down with your arms crossed, you're sending a signal that says, do not approach, start a conversation. Small talk is the key that unlocks bigger conversations. Ask, hey, do you know what the homework was for English? Or even a simple, hi, my name is Bill, what's yours? Not every person you talk to will become your best friend, and that is perfectly fine. You are looking for people who you have a good chemical reaction with, people who make you laugh, and people who share your interests. It's the first step in discovering your new high school crew. Clubs are the shortcut to finding your people in high school. Each club is a group of students passionate about something: drama, robotics, debate, art, sports, and more. Go to your school's club fair, talk to people, and sign up for anything that sparks your interest. You don't have to be an expert. Most clubs welcome beginners and love teaching new members. Try a few meetings. If it feels right, you've found your element. If not, move on and try another. Clubs make a big school feel smaller and help you build a real community. Meeting people is just the start. Real friendships need consistency and effort. See your new friends regularly, and don't be afraid to invite them to hang out outside of clubs or class. Be yourself. The best friendships happen when you're authentic. Support your friends, listen, and show up when you say you will. Friendship is a two-way street. Be the kind of friend you want to have. That's the secret to building strong, lasting connections in high school. Stress is normal in high school, but it's important to spot the signs early. Notice if you're feeling tense, having trouble sleeping, or getting headaches. These are your body's warning signals. Stress can also make you irritable, anxious, or less interested in things you usually enjoy. Regularly check in with yourself, like a scientist monitoring an experiment. Recognizing stress gives you the power to take action before it gets overwhelming. It's your first step to staying healthy and balanced. Managing stress means balancing school, activities, and life. Move your body. Exercise is a natural stress reliever and boosts your mood. Prioritize real rest. Get enough sleep and schedule downtime to recharge. Make time for friends and fun. Laughter and connection are essential. Balance isn't about doing everything. It's about managing your energy wisely. A balanced life is a happier, less stressful one. Sometimes, stress is too much to handle alone. Asking for help is smart, not weak. Talk to people you trust, family, friends, or a school counselor. Your school has professionals whose job is to support you. Use them. If stress is affecting your sleep, schoolwork, or friendships for more than a couple of weeks, reach out. Your mental health matters as much as your physical health. Learning to ask for help is a skill, and it's one of the most important you'll ever develop. Greetings, explorers. So far, we've talked a lot about the academic side of high school, but your high school journey is so much more than what happens inside the classroom. It's also about what happens after the last bell rings. I'm talking about extracurricular activities. This is a big word that simply means all the fun stuff you can do at school that isn't a graded class. Think of clubs, sports teams, music groups, and volunteer organizations. These activities are not just for filling up your afternoons. They are a critical part of your high school experiment. In fact, you could say they are the laboratory where you get to discover who you are. Why are these activities so important? Well, for one, they are where you can dive deep into subjects you're truly passionate about. Maybe you love building things, and the robotics club is your perfect fit. Perhaps you have a talent for arguing a point, and the debate team is calling your name. In your classes, you learn a broad range of subjects. In your extracurriculars, you get to specialize. You get to spend time with other people who are just as excited about that one specific thing as you are. This shared passion creates an incredible sense of community and belonging, making a big school feel much smaller and more personal. Getting involved also helps you develop skills that you won't necessarily learn from a textbook. Teamwork is a big one. When you play on a sports team or work on a play with the drama club, you learn how to cooperate with others to achieve a common goal. You learn about leadership, communication, and responsibility. If you're the treasurer for the student council, you're learning how to manage a budget. If you're organizing a bake sale for the charity club, you're learning project management. These are real-world skills that are incredibly valuable for your future, no matter what career you choose. It's hands-on learning at its best. Furthermore, extracurriculars are a fantastic way to boost your well-being. They provide a healthy and productive outlet for your energy and creativity. Having an activity to look forward to after school can be a great way to relieve stress from your academic work. It provides balance to your life. It ensures that you are growing not just as a student, but as a whole person. Participating in these activities helps build your confidence, introduces you to new friends, and creates lasting memories. Your high school experience is a story you are writing, and extracurriculars are the chapters that make it exciting and unique. Oh, so you want to get involved, but how do you know what to join? There are so many options. High school is the perfect time to try on different hats and see which one fits. Be curious and open to new experiences. Go to the club fair with an open mind. Stop and talk to the students who are running the clubs. Collect flyers and sign up for email lists. Choose 2 or 3 activities to try out. Just go to the first meeting and see what the vibe is like. If you love it, great. If not, that's also a success because you learned something about yourself. Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone and try an activity on your own. Finding your passion is a process of exploration. As once you've found an activity or two that you really enjoy, you can start thinking a little more long-term. This is where we formulate our goal-setting hypothesis. A goal is simply a hypothesis about what you want to achieve. Having goals within your extracurricular activities can make them even more rewarding. It gives you a sense of purpose and a way to measure your own progress. These goals don't have to be huge, world-changing ambitions. They can be small, personal milestones that are meaningful to you. It's all about charting a course for your own growth within your chosen field of interest. Let's say you've joined the school band and you play the clarinet. A short-term goal might be to master a particularly difficult piece of music. A longer-term goal could be to practice enough to earn a spot in the first chair or to be selected for the all-state honor band. If you're on the track team, your goal might be to beat your personal best time in the 100-meter dash. If you're in the environmental club, your goal could be to organize a successful school-wide recycling program. These goals give you something to work toward. They turn your participation from a passive hobby into an active pursuit of excellence. How do you set good goals? A great method is to make them SMART. That's an acronym that stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, instead of a vague goal like get better at drawing, a SMART goal would be, I will complete 1 new pencil sketch in my sketchbook every week for the next 2 months. It's specific, pencil sketch, measurable, 1 per week, achievable. It's a reasonable amount, relevant. It relates to your interest in art and time-bound for 2 months. This framework turns a fuzzy wish into a concrete plan of action. It's the scientific method applied to your personal development. Finally, remember that the ultimate goal is to learn and have fun. While setting goals is a great way to stay motivated, don't let it become a source of stress. The process is just as important as the outcome. Celebrate your progress along the way, not just the final achievement, and be prepared to adjust your goals as you go. Sometimes your interests might change, and that's perfectly okay. The purpose of getting involved is to explore, to grow, and to enrich your high school experience. By finding activities you love and setting your own course within them, you are conducting the most exciting experiment of all, the experiment of becoming you. We've reached the beginning of your incredible journey. You are now equipped with the knowledge and the tools to thrive. High school is a remarkable period of growth. You will learn so much about the world, but even more about yourself. This is your time to be curious and ask big questions. Your path will be different, and that's how it should be. Embrace your own story. Take the classes that interest you, join the clubs that excite you, and build friendships that lift you up. The next 4 years are a blank page waiting for you to cultivate something wonderful. So take a deep breath. You are ready for this. The universe of high school awaits. Be bold, be kind, be curious, and most of all, be yourself. It's going to be a fantastic voyage. Before any great mission, a scientist or an astronaut always goes through a final checklist. It helps to make sure all systems are go and nothing important has been forgotten. So, let's do that right now. This is your official pre-flight checklist for launching into high school. First, let's check our academic systems. Have you got your schedule? Have you looked at a map of the school? It's a great idea to walk your schedule before the first day if you can. Do you have a planner or a calendar system ready to go? This will be your mission control for tracking assignments and deadlines. Having these organizational tools ready will make your first week so much smoother. Next, let's check our supplies and equipment. Do you have the basic school supplies you'll need, like notebooks, pens, and maybe a calculator? Have you designated a personal study lab at home? Remember, this is a quiet, organized space where you can focus on your work with minimal distractions. It's also wise to think about your digital equipment. Make sure you know how to access the school's online portal or any learning platforms your teachers might use. A little bit of preparation now prevents a lot of technical difficulties later. Being prepared with the right tools is a hallmark of a good scientist. Now for the social and emotional systems check. Remember our friendship formula. Be open, be curious, and be yourself. Think about 1 or 2 clubs or activities that you might be interested in checking out. You don't have to commit yet, just have them on your radar. It's also important to review your personal stress management plan. What are your go-to activities for de-stressing? Is it listening to music, going for a walk, or talking to a friend? And crucially, who is in your support system? Identify the trusted adults, parents, counselors, teachers, you can talk to if things get tough. Knowing you have backup is essential. Finally, the most important item on the checklist, your mindset. Are you ready to approach high school with a curious and open mind? Are you prepared to embrace challenges as learning opportunities? Are you committed to being kind to others and to yourself? If you can check that box, then you are truly ready for anything. You've got this. The hallways, classrooms, and playing fields of high school are waiting for you. Your incredible, fascinating, and completely unique experiment is about to begin. Now, go out there and make some discoveries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Signing off.